efficiency.
Welcome to podcast number 6. This is Wade with Efficiency. Wanted to give you guys a good little value, make it quick as usual for you. But I'm cruising through Facebook usually and I see a common meme. Sometimes it's just a picture with a quote. But the one that I'm looking at is the one of Albert Einstein. And it talks about, the quote is talking about geniuses. Geniuses, if they're measured, the example is a fish. If you measure a fish's ability to ride a bicycle, it's not going to do very well. But if you measure a fish's ability to swim, it's going to be very good if it's a good fish. So when we're talking about creative genius or just people with huge IQs, whatever, Albert Einstein was super humble and always said that he wasn't a genius. He just did what he was created to do. So if he's a fish, he's swimming. If he's out there doing what he was created to do, he's a genius because he followed that path. So if you're religious and you follow, hey, what's my purpose in life? What are the gifts that God has given me? Are you following those, or are you measuring yourself like a fish trying to ride a bicycle? So there's obviously always going to be struggles no matter what we do in life. There's the force of average working against us. But those struggles, if we're truly in our flow zone, if we're living our life purpose, we're going to be successful. So success for anybody, it's going to look different. If you're a fish, it's swimming. If you're an entrepreneur, it's launching your business. If you're in sales, it's making sales. But how do we measure success? If we're going to break it down to a general definition, success is going to be setting and achieving goals. So if your genius lies in art, if you're trying to be a creative designer and get published, what does success look like? It's getting a company started. It's getting your creativity out there and adding value to the world. If, again, you're in sales, it's not necessarily closing contracts. At the end of the day, bottom line, closing contracts, that's how you get paid. That's success. If you and your family eats or not, that's based on your success to close deals. But if we look deeper at that, sales is about adding value to other people. Anytime that value is exchanged, there's typically money exchange. That's how the money system works. So if you're measuring your ability to swim and you're in sales, how do your sales look? What are your goals? How do those goals stack up? So if you're able to set specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-oriented goals, and you reach those goals, you're successful. If you set the SMART goals and don't reach them, you're unsuccessful. So being able to measure your genius, it's using the gifts that you have, it's measuring if you obtain that or not, and that's all success is. So if you're a genius, you can be a genius at anything you set out to be. And there's a lot of trial and error. There's the quote, try, fail, learn. So if you're trying and keep failing, learn from it. If you're in the wrong avenue, if you're outside of your flow zone, which again, if you go to efficiencybook.com, we'll talk about the flow zone more in depth. But the flow zone is how you're able to live life with ease. You're in the zone, your optimal zone of performance, because you're using your gifts and your talents. You're living the way that you're created to live. You're helping the people you were created to help. So that, again, that looks different for everybody, but being able to find your optimal zone of performance in your flow zone, it's going to be different for everybody. I always say there's no right or wrong. There's only efficient and inefficient. We'll talk about perspective on a later podcast, but your perspective of how you view yourself, it's all that really matters. Everybody's going to view things differently, but what's right for me might not be right for you. What's wrong for you might not be wrong for me. So it's all about that perspective. So keeping efficiency in mind, is it easy? Is it simple? Are you effective? Are you able to get what you set out to get without real pain? Now, again, pain versus struggle, we're all going to face challenges, but if we have the ability, again, if we're a fish swimming, we're going to be able to swim around that rock. But if we're a fish on a bicycle, we're going to struggle probably too much to get around that rock. Again, it's going to take effort. It's going to take hard work. Not saying that it's going to be easy, But if you're truly living your passions, if you're in your flow zone, your optimal zone of performance, you're going to be successful. So remember that next time you see the picture of Einstein measuring a goldfish ability by if it can ride a bicycle or if it can swim, what does that look like for your life? So if you guys enjoyed this podcast, do me a favor. I'm on iTunes. Give me 5 stars. I definitely appreciate that. That moves me up in the rankings so more people can hear content like this. And also, if you want to learn more about some of the concepts I'm talking about, go to efficiencybook.com. I'll be able to guide you through different blogs, webinars, YouTube videos. I want to add value to your life, help you become more efficient. I want you to be as simple and effective as possible. As soon as we make things into bite-sized chunks, it's easier to digest, it's easier to get to where you want to go, and it can be fun along the way. So if you want to talk with me, there's a link on my website. Go to efficiencybook.com, go to coaching. There's going to be a link to book a coaching session. I want to give you 15 minutes of my time for free, walk you through an initial consultation and add some value to your life and get any questions you have answered and help you to get where you want to go. If that's defining your life purpose, if that's fine-tuning some skills, maybe you're stuck. If you're looking for a way out, let me give you some insight from just the success principles that I've seen from other people. Again, I'm not a creative genius myself, but what I do is research and study all the people out there that have done this before, the Tony Robbins, the Gary V's, the Ryan Stewmans. So if you want an abbreviated version of what I've learned, let me share that with you. Efficiencybook.com. This is Wade. Have a great day.
Efficiency.